Hello everyone, I am Staretra and today I'm looking at Palia. It is a very, very new closed beta cozy sim MMO and so far I'm kind of loving it. There are aspects that I don't like, but it is more than okay because it's something that's sort of a pet peeves instead of the functioning of the game, more preferences, so to speak. I am very particular when it comes to how I like to play my farm games, how I like them to look, how I want them to interact. And it just comes from what my own preferences are in a game. This is highly subjective. It might not match what you want in a game. But I will suggest that you take a look at Palia. It is free to play. You do not have to purchase anything to play this game. At the moment, it's in closed beta. I was invited to the closed beta. And you only have literally like 28 hours or so until you can play this game. That number is going to change by the time this video is up, but for those of you who are interested in this game, it has an open beta starting August 10th at 10 a.m. PT. I'm assuming that's Pacific time, but I could be wrong. Now, there are aspects of this game that I really like, and there are aspects I do not like. I think that is pretty much anyone and everyone who plays any type of game. I am... How do I say this nicely? I approve of this game so far. I like the coziness. I like the way that it is incredibly beautiful. Like, all of the vistas have been beautiful. The interaction to the world around you is really well done. You can climb on walls. You can, for the most part, get on top of rock structures. Some of the aspects, like on the very outside edge of the maps, you can't get into because obviously you're not supposed to. Even the rocks are created, the ones that you mine are beautiful in the way that they're created. The negatives that I've seen, you can't swim. So if you go out into water using your glider, you kind of get stuck. It will teleport you back to the last position in which you were standing on. So if you jump on a cliff and or jump off a cliff, excuse me, and go out into the water, it will put you back on top of that cliff, which thank you for that. But at the same time, why isn't fishing or why isn't swimming put in there? There are multiple skills. As you can see, there's fishing, there's cooking, there's gardening, mining, furniture making, or it comes up as crafting, foraging, bug catching, and hunting. All of your equipment, unless it's this base level, which is the very first one that you get, requires that you repair it. And it either requires gold, which is a little bit harder to get, or creating repair kits on your crafting table. There are tons of makers and that you open up as you level your skills. Over here is a seed maker, which is one of the only things that I find the most important in any farming game, is being able to have a seed maker So I'm really glad for that. And you have to purchase your plots of land. The whole area around the house is purchasable. This is its own little mini instance. So nobody else will be here unless you ask them to be here. You can have friends over, you can have family over, but this is supposed to be your little area. All of this area that's not in the fencing is not purchasable at the beginning of the game. I'm guessing it comes after you get certain aspects of the game done. I've not had a use for it at the moment, so I'm literally like 4 days in. I've gotten, most of my skills above at least a 3. Like forging's up at 8. I don't see like a super need to have all this land right away. That's the point. It's supposed to be cozy. It's supposed to be slow. That's what this game's for. There's no need to rush. Another negative, I should say, is that the super rare ores are also shared. Like all of the ores, all of the rare nodes, like the flow, purple sparkling trees that you need multiple people to attack or to cut down, are all shared nodes. They're all out in the world. You don't really have the option to, for instance, have a mine in your little instance here of your house and get a certain number a day without having to go and participate in the grind, so to speak. The nodes disappear after a short time after somebody loots them, so you could literally go through the entire zone of there's 2 different zones at the moment, but you can go through an entire zone and not find the node that you're looking for, unfortunately, because you're just that behind the person that's ahead of you. And if you stop for anything, if you stop to pick up a herb, if you stop to pick up a flower, if you stop to hunt something, you can just like slowly kind of eke your way out of being able to have any of the ores. The very rare one, I think it's called Palladium. There's only like maybe 30 nodes in Bardier Bay that's available. And that's one of the things you're going to have to farm and go find. It is not very fun, so to speak. Now, I haven't gotten to the point where I have those items. I just have been doing iron at the moment. However, they do increase. Like, for instance, the repair kits, I've been having to use probably about 27 to 30 to repair my items, and so it goes up each time that you level your tools. So right now I'm using the iron tools. I'm going to be using the was it silver tools next, and then the gold ones or the palladium ones will be next. And the higher that you get, you're going to have to repair them more and more, and it's going to cost more. However, my hope is that the next level of the silver ones and the palladium ones just allow the lower kits to be made, because if you have a abundance of iron ore, for instance, you can make these in multiples of 40 or multiples of 20 and still get what you need in that way. One thing I have really enjoyed is the ability to decorate your house. You can shift things. You see the yellow lines on the dresser. You can put your flowers or anything that you're decorating with within those lines and shift them. You have the option to, I don't know, have a lamp at the top once you craft it. So you can kind of customize your house the way that you want to. You can add on rooms, which I haven't done yet, just because I haven't found a need to. But that's also something that gives you the ability to customize the world around you. Sort of. Your little own instance house and farm. But it's well done. Everything kind of sits well. I mean, look at it. Look how pretty it looks. The environment's well done. I've not seen any weather. Now that I'm thinking about it, no weather features like fog or rain. Maybe it's because I'm not playing all the time. I would have loved to see that come in. For instance, having rain come in and water your crops for you, like most farming games, would be great. And the only other negative, like major negative for me personally, is the fact that with particularly farming, the farming skill, you only get XP in the skill when you actually loot something. So the hoeing that you do, the weeding, the watering, the fertilizer putting, none of it that gives XP towards farming. So this is going to be a slower option for you to level up. Now I can go and buy more farm land at this moment. I don't want to, because if I do, I'm going to sit here and spend even more time during the day just farming. I don't like that in a farming game. I know, oh my god, Star doesn't like farming in a farming game. But no, I'm okay with small parcels of farming. But I don't like to spend hours and hours and hours of a day in a game just farming. It doesn't make sense. I mean just farming gardening things, because you're farming other things like ore to make into bars or wood to make into planks. So that makes sense. And lastly, the amount of storage. I actually like this. You can keep making storage boxes. It's really cheap to make, and it just keeps adding to your storage. You can't have that, like, so far there has not been you can only have 10 of these. I've got what, 1 2 3 4 5 6 7. I have 7 so far, with 2,800 slots, which is surprisingly goes very fast. Particularly when you're not selling things. But yeah, so if you're interested, I will have a friend link in the description below. You can click it, a referral link. Now I don't really get anything from it. There is like a hat or something that you get if you use it. I don't care. Like, honestly, I don't care. Literally, it's just going to be there if you want a direct link to this game and to the website for it, and you can know that you're going to something that's reliable. I'm going to be making a few other videos about Palia and maybe streaming this game. It is something that I am enjoying and will continue to enjoy. I really hope that they don't get bogged down as a game development company where they're like, okay, well, this was a good first attempt, let's try a different game. Please I'm asking you, S6, please, it's Singularity 6, please continue to develop this game. I would love to see the livestock, the ability to have whatever creates eggs. I'm guessing some sort of chicken, but there's not really, I've not found one yet. The little like oxen that you have down at the farm, I would love to have. I would love to see a small mine in the housing district. There is an area up here that looks like it is. Over here, please make it to where we have access to a few nodes without going, oh, this is the wrong one, without going into the world around us, which I know that's the point, but when you're having to share it with a bunch of people, it is not as fun. Like, that looks like a mine. That looks like a mine. Please let it be a mine. I will be glad if you have 1 Palladium or 2 Palladium nodes in there that respawn every 24 hours or once an actual human day outside of the game. That would be great. But anyway, I hope you stay tuned for more videos about Palia. Are you interested in it? Is it as a cozy MMO right up your alley? If not, how are you thinking? Are you playing this already? And if you are, what are your thoughts? See you next time.